Welcome to the second lecture on representing data. Our learning outcome is to recognise different types of variables. So first of all, let's look at some examples of variables. And here are several examples. We can group them together like this. Car model, favourite subject and hair colour in one group and the rest in a different group. But what does each group have in common? The answer is about whether the data can be written down as a quantity. So the classification of a variable depends upon whether the data can be written down as a quantity. Qualitative data cannot be written down as a quantity. Car model, favourite subject and hair colour. Car model could be a name or a number or a combination of letters and numbers. Favourite subject, maths obviously, is a word. And hair colour, blonde, black, brown, grey, pink, all different descriptors. Quantitative data can be written down as a quantity. Number of female students, time of phone call, clothes size, price, lifespan, age, year of birth and length of skis. But can we split this data up again? The classification of quantitative variables depends upon whether the data is measured on a continuous or a discrete scale. Now, a discrete variable can only take specific values in a given range, but discrete data can take decimal values. A continuous variable can take any value in a given range. However, we may need to round the data to so many decimal places. So let's go back to our examples of quantitative variables, and let's decide which are discrete and which are continuous. The red writing is the discrete variables, and the yellow writing is the continuous variables. But hang on, lifespan and age are continuous, but year of birth is discrete. That's strange. So we have something important to note about variables relating to time. Time is continuous. Lifetime, age, number of months, duration of experiment, race time, etc. are all continuous variables. We may specify the units like number of months or years or, for example, minutes or seconds, but it is still continuous. So, for example, the data collected from the question, for how many years or months have you been in Astana, or how old are you, are both continuous. The answer could be any value within a range. We just choose to round it to a particular number of months or a particular year. But the data collected from the question, what year were you born, is discrete because the answers can only take certain values. What year were you born? The answers are all going to be complete years. We can also say something about variables relating to money. Money is generally considered to be discrete. For example, yearly incomes of college professors, the amount of money a person spends a year on groceries, prices are discrete values. We usually have it rounded to an integer, like tengi, for example, or to 2 decimal places, like Great British Pounds, or American dollars, or Canadian dollars, for example, and the euro, of course. However, money can also be continuous in some cases. For example, computing the GDP per capita or computing exchange rates may yield any positive real number, and therefore it becomes a continuous variable. So do be careful with money and with time. So in summary, a variable can be quantitative or qualitative. A quantitative piece of data can be written down as a quantity. A qualitative piece of data cannot be written down as a quantity. Quantitative data can be discrete or continuous. Continuous data can take any value in a given range but may be rounded for convenience. And a discrete data can only take specific values in a given range but can be a decimal number. So now have a go at the question.